You're listening to 94.4 FM, Salford City Radio, Friday Sports. You have your host, Petruzzi, bringing news from the area and the world. Some very fascinating guests on the show. We've had some of the world's leading people in the fields of sport, psychology, many other fields we have on the show. Some really fascinating people. Today we have a fascinating guest who's going to give us a bit of an insight into the most popular day for babies born today, the 26th, Tuesday. So yeah, we'll find out a little bit more about nutrition as well. So Jenna Hope, a new mum and nutritionist. Welcome to the show. Great to have you on board.
Thank you so much for having me.
So Jenna, tell us a bit about the sort of the research, just for our listeners. Can you give us a bit of insight into the research?
Yes. So Colief have done some research into the role of the gut and parents' perception of gut health. And they found that almost 45% were not aware of the benefits of providing their child with a gut-friendly bacteria supplement. Now, I think this is particularly interesting because around 75% of the parents actually didn't know that the child's gut health can influence their child's mental well-being later on in life. So really, we know that trying to support a healthy gut plays a key role in supporting not only digestion and nutrient absorption, which is what we typically associate it with, but also things like our mental well-being and our immune system later on too.
Now that's really interesting. In terms of the gut health of a baby, I mean, you kind of sort of touched on it there, but can you expand a bit more why gut health of a baby is so important?
Absolutely. So we know that around 70 to 80% of the immune cells are located inside the gut. Now, babies are born with a very underactive immune system. They need to develop it in the early years, and nurturing that gut really enables you to be able to support the development of those immune cells. And the foundations for a healthy gut are laid really within the first 1,000 days of life. And that includes the time spent in utero up until the child's second birthday. So that's why trying to nourish the gut bacteria in the early days is so important. But what we do know is that within those first 1,000 days, it's the first 3 months that are so crucial. So in this time, we really want to encourage parents to be supporting their child's gut bacteria. And one of the ways that they can do that is by providing a gut-friendly bacteria supplement. So for example, the Colief multibiotic drops are amazing for supporting the growth and development of the beneficial bacteria in the gut.
Now, that's really interesting. And the 26th of September is a special day for many new parents. The 26th is actually when my lad was born too. It's his birthday today, so it's quite interesting picking up the story. The university sent the story across. But in terms of how can sort of parents make sure their baby gets the best start in life when it comes to their health as such?
Yes, for sure. So, as I say, really trying to support their gut health through delivering a gut-friendly bacteria supplement. Also trying to make sure that their babies are sleeping well. We tend to think that all babies sleep really well. They typically don't necessarily. And making sure that we're lowering stress in the environment. So babies really can pick up on stress, and we know that high levels of stress can negatively influence the gut bacteria as well. One of the things I found really helpful as a new mum is to keep the multibiotic drops next to where I feed my baby first thing in the morning, and that means that I don't need to remember to do it because I've got the visual cues there. I sit down, I feed her, I give her the multibiotic drops, and you can get on with your day and not worry about whether you've done it or you haven't done it. It's just a great and easy start to the day.
No, absolutely. It's really interesting, sort of the gut health. It's an area that I've been reading myself, just in general, really, at any age, in terms of the immune system and the gut. The last few years, it's quite an interesting, fascinating area. But I know it's hard to give people advice. Obviously, everyone's sort of different and has whatever in general. But just as a sort of general rule, Jenna, is there sort of any, if you want to call it advice, or just generally any sort of new parents who want a few pointers, anything you can sort of share with them?
Definitely. So when your baby starts weaning, really try to make sure that you're introducing a wide range of plant foods. So we know that diversity is really crucial for promoting a healthy gut as well. So lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, nuts if the baby can tolerate it, making sure that it's introduced safely, again with seeds as well, and whole grains. And for the parent too, it's about supporting their gut health, especially if you are breastfeeding, for example. That's going to have an impact. So making sure you're getting your plant foods, making sure that you're lowering your sugar intake, reducing your artificial sweetener consumption, and lowering your stress as well. But most importantly, do be kind to yourself, because it can be a stressful and difficult time. So yeah, do be kind to yourself.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting, and I don't know, it's probably not part of the scope of the interview. One thing that sort of interested myself over the years is sort of brain development, behaviour, long-term health as well, in terms of the gut, microbiota. And is there sort of anything you could sort of share? I don't know if it's part of the scope of the interview, but is there any sort of insights in terms of, say, for example, just general sort of metabolic health and well-being, really, mental health, well-being, and sort of gut health early on in life? Jenna, do you have anything around that, or?
Yes, for sure. So we know that having a healthy gut, which is where the foundations are laid in the early days, we know that can impact our cognitive function, inflammation, for example. It can impact our metabolic health as well, so blood sugar regulation, potential risk of type 2 diabetes. So really, it's those foundations that are so important. But one thing I really want to highlight is that if your baby, for example, has passed those crucial 1,000 days, it's not too late. It's never too late to make changes to your child's health or your health. So really trying to introduce a gut-friendly bacteria supplement and focusing on your diet is really important. But definitely there are links with gut health and many other aspects of general health and well-being, for sure.
No, it's really interesting. And like he says there, there's always... any time's a good time to start, I guess, and that's certainly a lot of people have looked at that. I've certainly looked at my own nutrition, particularly over the last few years, and made some change and sort of feel better for it. And I'm way beyond the 1,000 days now. But in terms of the anyone listening in who wants to know more information about the study or the work that you do, or anything else for that matter, can you share sort of any details, please?
Yes. So for more information on any of the research or any of the multibiotic drops that we've been speaking about, head to colief.com or the Colief Instagram, which is @ColiefBabyCare.
Fantastic, Jenna. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. It's been a really interesting and informative interview.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. Ta. Bye.